for the session. Entering.
Thank you. He's going to repeat after me. Yeah, thank you.
I, Dr. Baryomunsi,
being Chancellor of Great Lakes Regional University Kanungu,
being Chancellor of Great Lakes Regional University Kanungu,
do solemnly swear that I'll be faithful and bear true allegiance to this institution.
I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to this institution
and the sovereign state of Uganda.
And the sovereign state of Uganda.
And that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution.
And that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution.
And all the regulations and policies of this institution.
And all the regulations and policies of this institution.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
I, Dr. Baryomunsi,
being Chancellor of Great Lakes Regional University Kanungu,
being Chancellor of Great Lakes Regional University Kanungu,
do solemnly swear that I will not directly or indirectly communicate
or
reveal any matter to any person which shall come to my knowledge in the discharge of my official duties, except as may be required for the discharge of my official duties, or as may be specifically permitted by the regulations of this institution. So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Great Lakes Regional University. Mwibali mutero mu ngalo zamani munonga.
Congratulations.
Yes, this is the first time in history.
Chancellor ekwatu ya ofisi.
Congratulations our new Chancellor.
Welcome see.
Honorable Dr. Baryomunsi.
Ya university.
Kandi wabinji turi kumanya nk'ekitoma mwongere mumukulise mumwakire abayero nimbaleba.
I would like to congratulate you, Mr. Chancellor, for taking on this noble cause and noble role of leading a university in honorary capacity. And I would also want to believe that you will perform your work very diligently and with all the understanding that you need. I also would like to congratulate the management and the governance and also the teaching staff on this occasion, particularly for the resilience. I would like to remind you that resilience alone may not take you very far. You need to work. The work of National Council is clear and definite, is to ensure that Ugandans get quality higher education and also are able to access higher education. And so that when you live as a product of higher education in Uganda, anywhere, wherever you go, you would be comparable with any other person who went elsewhere to study and work. That is our role. So when you heard that we had put a revocation here, it was not something we want to do, but we were obliged to do it because we don't want any institution in Uganda to really take advantage of our suspecting Ugandan and give quack education. So I want to thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor, and your governance and also management here for taking note and working and ensuring that you are putting together our concerns.
Effective 13 May 2024, that is last year, the governance and leadership of the Great Lakes Regional University was transferred legally into the hands of the new management and directors, the Great Lakes social entrepreneurs. I'm making that clear because I've been getting some misunderstanding from people. And I request some of the directors who are here who can stand up. the Great Lakes social entrepreneurs. It is not good to make your bosses stand, but please, thank you. So those are the owners of the university. I hope that is very clear. The previous directors of Great Lakes Regional University, who were the owners of that university at that time, sold it to these ladies and gentlemen. In this regard, therefore, there is a signed legal instrument between the current proprietors of the university and the former founding governors of the university. As one of our achievements after this day of graduation, each student will go away with his or her transcript and certificate. I'm bringing this out because I think it is a big achievement for this university. All of these students are going to go with their transcript and certificate, which doesn't usually happen to all universities in Uganda. I've decided that this trend will come to a stop, the trend of waiting for transcript, and it will always remain like this throughout all of the years. We currently boast of an alumni of 3,000 of more than 3,000 graduates, the past graduates who are serving in different capacities all over the country. So this university, after 10 years, we are saying we have served Uganda with a capacity of more than 3,000 people from this university, and they are scattered all over the world. So this university has served this country diligently. The Uganda policy on private universities and institutions of higher learning is vested in National Council of Higher Education to regulate and guide the establishment, administration, and standards, while also promoting increased access through private institutions. I wish to thank the National Council of Higher Education, who, after listening to our rigorous presentations and discussions with them, lifted the revocation threat, which had been gazetted. And from that, I wish to thank the representative from the National Council of Higher Education, Reverend Canon Dr. Kagume. I want him to stand up for recognition. So, ladies and gentlemen, you will notice that we have the National Council of Higher Education here, and this one gives the evidence that the degrees you are getting today are very authentic and accredited.
In a special way, I would like to recognize and welcome His Excellency King Ceasor Mulenga in our midst as a friend of all of us and of this institution. Thank you for coming in our midst, and I am already getting warm that soon we may enter some engagement with you so that we can have exchange programs with your great university, especially medicine. Today, the new directors officially stand before you, dear friends, to thank you for welcoming them as they took over ownership and management of this university in October 2023. With your support and solidarity, we promise to keep the vision of this university shining and truly actualize what the very name Great Lakes Regional University stands for. It is our passion and resolve to ensure that in the next decade, we graduate students coming from all the Great Lakes region, from other parts of this continent, and from other countries of the world. We are cognizant of the challenges of the recent past in this institution. During the torrential rainfall, some dirty water was splashed on this jewel. The rains have subsided and the jewel is being cleaned and will shine again. Indeed, the shining has started with the celebration of this 10th anniversary graduation. We thank government for its liberalization policy that welcomed the private investors to partner with it in the provision of educational services. This policy has enabled educational services to quickly reach almost all corners of the country. The new owners and directors of this university pledged to develop this institution into a state-of-the-art modern university. We shall institute online and distance educational training services to attract students from the Great Lakes member countries to benefit from this university. To this end, we are soon embarking on the construction of a 4-storied structure to house engineering, science, and ICT laboratories in our quest to enhance the teaching of science and engineering courses, as well as strengthening research in line with the government's National Development Plan 4.
Crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love Him. The God loves this institution. He could not let it down. So I want to congratulate all those first who fought you, because by fighting you, they made you stronger so that you survive. In life, if you have no enemies, you can't think, you'll be relaxed. So I want to thank you and congratulating you for this achievement. You must toil. The seed must go to the ground, must rot, must grow, and must bring fruit. So you have continued to bring fruit amidst these challenges. The second point I want to make is to express gratitude without limitation. In recognition of the Almighty God that created a human being in His image, I want you, all of us, to join our hands together and congratulate ourselves and congratulate God for giving this day that has happened. In the same vein, as the executive director has said, God works through people. It could not have happened without God's emissaries. This government of NRM has done a wonderful job of liberalizing education, because the public institutions were very few. The President, His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, and the NRM government saw it better that let them liberalize education so that private institutions can also lend a hand to offer services to Ugandans. So we want to thank the President, his wife, the Minister of Education, and the whole government of NRM for the programs in education, which is university primary education, university secondary education, and now we are demanding, we are requesting the government, once oil fund is flowing, to get the universal university what? Education. Once our oil flows, the money comes in, the government, I'm always requesting him, may I always ask him one thing: can you let all Ugandans study education in the universities free? Now, I want to inspire, the other point as I conclude, I want to inspire and motivate our students. Some have said that dream big, but these days we don't say dream big, we say dream large. You must have an idea that scares you yourself before it scares others. And we see this also in Matthew chapter 5 verse 16. It says, let your light so shine before men. This institution is now shining today. It is on TV, it is everywhere on social media. The light is shining from Great Rex what? Regional University. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works. Vice Chancellor, you've done some wonderful work here. And give glory to your Father who is in heaven. So always appreciate. Once you succeed, always what? Appreciate. So we want to thank the management, the parents, the government, all stakeholders of this institution, including the enemies. May I always thank them, because without enemies you will relax. So we want to thank all of them, and I encourage these students. Many people have said higher education, they have talked going to school, but I want to tell you, it's not enough to go to school, because I know many rich men in the world that have never gone to school or have dropped from school, though it is not my encouragement that you drop. What I'm saying, God has given you a brain that wherever you are, you can do something and succeed. The top 10 richest people who have more money than the whole world, 10 people have more money than the 9 billion in the world. Majority of them have never gone to school. A guy from like Oracle, he just taught him how to do coding. I don't know how coding it is in Ruchika. And now he has over $170 billion. You have heard about Bill Gates. He dropped out of school in Harvard. He has, I don't know how many, 200 billion. What does it mean? That God has given you knowledge in your head. Use the environment where you are living to your advantage. And don't reject jobs. You can start small and grow large. I want to thank you, and God bless you all.
The most particularly, I have just been installed as the Chancellor of Great Lakes Regional University. And I want to thank God, but also thank the new directors for the confidence you have put in me to give me this new responsibility to facilitate the transformation of this university at the level of Chancellor, and definitely working with all the stakeholders, the directors, the team which is managing the university, and all the stakeholders. I will just make a few brief comments, and then I invite our chief guest. This university was started by the Honorable Dr. Bishop Hamlet Kabushenga, with all our support as leaders, but he was the main driving force behind this university. When he retired from politics, and I didn't compete with him, he served one term and said, I am done. I want now to shift and go into development work. And then he went into developing educational institutions, including this university, a secondary school, and a number of primary schools. And I came in as the member of parliament. You know the way God does his things. I came in and replaced him as a member of parliament, and now I have come and replaced him as the Chancellor. The Chancellor. And we've been working together very closely since. And I appreciate him for the foresight and the wisdom and all the investments he put into this university, working with a number of partners. But then along the way, there were conflicts regarding this university, which also sucked in the local politics of the area. And to an extent, even fractured the unity of the people here. One side supporting the university, another saying it should not be there, and so forth. I took a personal stand on this issue because there were those who were saying Dr. Hamlet Kamushenga has nothing to do with this university. And for me, in my public life, for those who know me, I always want to stand on the side of honesty, even if I am wrong. And I said, no, we've been here. We know how this university started and how it has been moving. There is no way we can say that Dr. Hamlet Kamushenga has no say about this university. I even went on radio and said, even if it means losing a vote in Kanungu, let me lose it, but I stand on the side of honesty. Because the Bible, in the Gospel of John chapter 8 verse 32, says the truth shall set you free. Others, because of politics and maybe wanting to appear good, could not take a decision and said, yes, the university should be snatched from Hamlet, but I said no. The Deputy Speaker, last time we had the Right Honorable Prime Minister as our chief guest. Today we have the Deputy Speaker of Parliament. I think next we shall have the President of Uganda. So, and we have the National Council for Higher Education, which is the government department responsible for higher education, like universities, and therefore rest assured that we are making progress as a university, and better things are yet to come regarding Great Lakes Regional University. As the Chancellor, I want to pledge that I will do everything possible to have this university transformed, working with all my colleagues and move it to greater heights. I have already started engaging some universities and the other institutions, both local and external, to see what kind of partnerships we can forge with them. Because we can have twinning programs, we can have like degrees jointly awarded by Great Lakes Regional University and other universities outside. As you heard from my profile, I think I have some connections which I can boast of, and I will use whatever resources are available with me to help the university move forward. You are the ambassadors of Great Lakes Regional University. Are we together? Because if you go, for instance, and you become a drunkard and they find you on the roadside sleeping, they will say, well, a graduate of Great Lakes Regional University is drunk. So you will have spoiled the name of the university where you studied. So you are the ambassadors. Go out there and market the university, but also go out there and behave as people who have gone through school. You have already been challenged that it is not enough these days to have a certificate alone, to have a diploma alone, to have one degree alone. There is a story, the parable of the talent told by Jesus in the Bible, which is very familiar. Don't behave like those servants who were given, the servant who was given one talent. And when the master went away and came back, this servant had kept that talent intact, still alone. But the other one, the one who was given 5, multiplied it. The one of 2 multiplied it. So behave like those who multiplied the talents. So that next time when we bring the Deputy Speaker here, you will find those who have got certificates, then you will be having diplomas and degrees. Those with the degrees, you will have gotten master's degrees and more qualifications. Mwebale nitubatengera orugendo rurungi rusya orumwazamu rw'abantu abashomire, and we wish you all the best. Our offices are open in case you may need any form of support.
Okwa mbire ndatempa kuija ndirukanga mbire ndi buraya konka program isaziremo abokwa Kristo aranshaba we araragira kandi warumushije wanyekorire eshikuba ka size kace kuraja ngo niwe yari ine size yanjye nyine yewe zakaranyekorera ngamwe nireba kafa kagayora gatwara na twaro nkomuyaga. So I'm really happy. I want to congratulate Great Lakes Regional University for the resilience and especially the new team that has come in to manage the university. And also to thank Reverend Kabshinga Honorable for realizing that now he needs support. Ekintu kitafa abantu bingi barakireka kife ekife kigiye yaguma kine mushaho university gumara tambra nayo mushaho ariko byataza wanyiza nyonyine na university mu obwitine kiri konko for him to realize akajati this is bigger than me now. I need a new team to come in. I know most members in the team. I'm very sure that this university is going to grow and be one of the top universities in this country. And you have made the right choice for the Chancellor. Because I don't think there is any door in this country where Baryomunsi Honorable can knock and they don't open. Mwanga kuigura aratera hatibe gorujiro atayemuna. So I'm very sure you have someone who can knock on any door, but also someone who is very strict when it comes to the issues of quality. So mutakare wa mwajira Baryomunsi Dr. Mukajirangu Hatchahwa, he's the one who will demand from you to meet conditions of National Council for Education. Deputation, I'm very sure working with Baryomunsi, Honorable Minister, this university is going to meet the requirements so that it goes ahead to get the charter and uplift the standards of the people around. Ekindi hate ekikirya harimu abataka habokwa mwenu project nk'egi nena ngambo murimi kugira ngo imwe abataka mugirebe nka project yani itwaba bushenyi ntibasa kwereberaho nyo umukazi wanje no mukristani ndiyo mukristani nyo wanje dini no jigambira wajigamba wija kunteko mu rukiko rw'abakristo kuri yo tekero mu kiyungu yo kugira kiyata mu yamangoro kurwanisa ba ukana miro aho takarenje achinanye no kumangwa ryo mu nkiko na kuri yo dini ngbarwanisa abakristo nkanga kumufumba araza kuronda handi samwe nabeshengereza na munonga imwe emyeto mwino muramwa muhango mutakikiriza owabateka mececi na nimo abantu ba Kanungu reka tubigambe gukujwa kune dine riyo nimwecwanyagura madini no mwoku namanda bimanyi kandi nimo murangambira then ito watu bugana politician kijangwa dini terimu then tucheza tutamburiza hanze haza tucwanyagura amabantu bita haza tugira haza muhenderaho muraza kwendera muturetire kuri yo mu parliament tutwineho kushabira sapuri tutwineho kutendereza waza froning kubuze byo retira abantu bo wanyu waje utaba woito bakantuma ngutendereza ninkujangu amateka kitati gakwikiriza kutendereza iroko ze kuri yenyi mo mu corridor ogendo tendera nari iroko yecike kuri batakuyomberera oshabe sapuri ya then abandi bashahure bintu abandi bashahura mizi bashahura amashomero bashahura amarwariro bashahura ki mu misigara ohiro bwine manzi nkeje otandiko tagatagi oramanya kuza kwikarevo yayikireho aho kubarabire abantu ba Kanungu mugizira mugisha fact ni nsima mamanzi ganyu mukamwine anu ya mwine yemanzi right on eba mama mbabazi mwagira yemanzi on eba Baryomunsi mwagira yemanzi garuga musimbuzi abantu bona baresire ntunguka kuno Kanungu mwine cyayi cyenyonyi Tikwe? Aha. Kanungu hati mwagira university. Kanungu ni nishuka ngiaha tukiyo mu cabinet. Nkanchiri minister. Bareta supplementary budget. Ha, dero Baryomunsi yayo sharinga. Terarabaho. Irwaro rya kambuga rya rutarimu. Tibayemerize bakanza bajya baze kuritera makasente. Ndama bintu bakazireka. Zikija. Abantu bataramanya hiriya rugira itababe bariyo nito turamanya hebintu birajaki birago. So ndabashaba abantu ba Kanungu mukwatanise mwaguma murakwatanisa turaza kuija kuno. Mwamutakwatanisa ntuza kweganya kuija mu ntaro zanyu. Na president naza kutandika kutina. Bachat wanashukuria nazo nkaramusananka. Ababa kandi kanibante kanibankwata mokundi. Oshange mwatweta fundraising titkaija. Mwatweta raha bintu byentunguka. Ngutuje tubarwane hanguda. Tutine. Wachireba. So ngwenda bashaba mukwatanise kandi ndi kwendera ndaza kubarondera umuganda Chris ni orangambira umuganda gundaro. Abokweza wene zanje. Uramanya undangine kache. Ejyanje tinda kunde byo mizindaro. Kureka naho umuganda ndaho umuganda gumushija herezaga. Tinda leta bwa miliyoni 5 bwa miliyoni 10 ngaha. Aho ndarengeza aho kimwe. Ndahereza umuganda Gwabashija ba. Abone ibi bitinisa ebimwangamba ho mwe mwamurika cyo no kumberera rero ndemwe kwekarakasa nanye kekora icyo mwabigambira na myano wanje King Ceasor. So mwebare nebyo abagraduatinga mwebare congratulations ndabashaba nibwo mwatandika kushoma hati mugende mushome kandi hati mwe mwino murimo muhango munongo ogwetinisa cha university ukiteka higuru habo kuba university mwamuta zitira higuru nkabashomiremo nagambo mu rurimi rwitwe ngo abataka bampuri okana na media houses zimwagamba nezabataka so niyo ndikubakorera ka campaign no mbataka ku university yitu tujita mama otherwise nanta a heavy university ntakwesiga nanta kuza kurara ndatambura ndisho hanuyi ejini university twine mama sko eraza kurugame chamani mureka twatanise tujikore mechamani negyo byinji. Congratulations my brother Honorable Baryomunsi.
Name is Dr. Sylvia Tumuhirwe Alinitwe. I'm one of the directors of this university, Great Lakes Regional University. We're here today for the 10th graduation of this university. We want first and foremost thank His Excellency Govt Museveni and his government for liberalizing education. This is a fruit of that liberalization. You know very well the English saying that the development of a community is equal to the level of education of that community. So this is not a mean achievement. It means a lot for our community. It means a lot for this country and the world at large. When you invest in education, you invest in development. The people who have graduated previously from this university are a testimony. Many of them are here and we have witnessed how they have transformed the society, beginning with their families. And the ones who are graduating today have inspiration from those who graduated in the past. And all of us who have attained different levels of education, we know what it means. Mindset change, the way you look at things, the way you behave, the way you relate with others gets transformed. And therefore, if you want to transform a community and you want to transform a country, you cannot do it without educating the people of that community and the people of that country. So this is not a mean achievement. We want to thank the new Chancellor who has been installed and has accepted to take on that mantle, Dr. Baryomunsi. As the directors, we shall be working with him closely. Good enough is one of the directors to make sure that we take this university to greater heights. We are determined and committed to that. We shall use our connections. We shall use the conducive environment that the government of the day has provided to us. We shall use our resources, and this university will be a university to reckon with globally. So please, we invite you, members of the public, to support it, do your role, give us your children, and let us transform our community. The way the government has tackled the education sector starts right away from primary. You know the program of universal primary education, how it has changed our communities. We know the objective or the target of having a universal primary at every parish and a universal secondary education at every sub-county. I think that it speaks volumes in terms of making sure that we achieve universal education. And I am sure that with the liberation of the university sector to allow other investors to invest in that level of education so that they support the public universities, which were very much limited in the past. It will help us to make sure that these people who come from primary and secondary, both government and private, will have where to go. And the numbers of the people who have attained university education will go up. And the more we have, the better. The way our society used to look at education of a girl was different the way to look at the education of the boy. And once under this government, because that one has been greatly addressed, now a girl child is given the same opportunities as the boy child. We still have a challenge though of dropout, girls dropping out of school because of also different challenges and issues. Most of them being distractions that they face. Some of them are inherent in nature, like having, issues to do with their sanitary materials that sometimes may be lacking and so forth. But also the sensitization or the focus that we put on sensitizing these girls needs to be taken to higher level. It has been moved some level, but we need to push it to even higher level. So they are sensitized on why they should stay in education, rather than stay at school for their own future. There is no hurry to leave school for anything. If your parent and the government has put in place systems to educate you, as a girl child, you need to take it.
Odgo murimbarra ninga notekateka kwijo murimbarra abaling suits beno buraro bwamani munonga kandi benene bitanda birungi tibakakoma buraro benene bala nungi bozirimecho kumye cyaburi muringo bene na hotelo halimu emere yachiraguju nangwa n'ekijungu kandi orende emere yo kutwara waba baling suits nacho barakikora echo mujungu ari kweta ngo ni take away bene na sauna na steam ogesro na massage basa kubura bayikira kugira ngo bakoboherezobwe parking yabo ne yamani munonga kandi nimpango ebyo kwenda byabo biri guruguru munonga kandi abaling suits barashango mu Rwembo rwambara omuri Katete waruga parking ya boda ya St Mary's ori kwenda kubukinga urabasa kurabera namba ze smeji 075 kaga na mwenda kandi urabasa kugamba na director wa link suits ori kurabera namba ze smeji 0 kaga nemwe 55 ogesro ne ya 0 kaga nemwe 55 twena katurukangira link suits kugira ngo tutungo buhereza burungi.